We got a hot one for you right now, boys and girls. I got to tell you, wow. This is going to be fiery, okay? Not for me, but just overall, this is a thing. Canceling student loan debt. Does Sleepy Uncle Joe have the authority to make it happen? The answer for me is nope, 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 no, no. Well, let me think about it. No, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. In fact, if any of you have bothered to read the Constitution at any point, Article 1, where we're outlining the powers, separation of powers, and so on, there's nothing that gives any president, I don't care, Republican, Democrat, whatever, it does not give them authority to just snap their fingers and just wipe out student loan debt. Doesn't happen. Now, of course, what they're talking about and what they're trying to sneak it in under is something called the HEROES Act. And some of you may be familiar with this, but the HEROES Act, and I'm learning more, was put through and right after 9/11. And it was for those who were affected by the events of 9/11. And it gave the president power to suspend, at that point, student loan debt. Now, this had been even Trump during the pandemic and so on pushed out or suspended payments that were due for student loan debt. And Joe continued to do the same thing. And those of you with student loans, understand that, that was a big benefit for you. Now, there's a couple of things that have happened. Now, many of you may not even realize this, but the federal government controls your student loans, meaning that there's no way for you to renegotiate it or to ever get out of that. It's tied to your federal debt. It will always be there. They claimed that they needed to take control of it to keep from other banks who are predatory lenders from controlling your student loans. It's a massive business. And do you know why? Do you know why student loans are such a massive business? Because the universities charge a metric shit ton of money for something that has little to no value moving forward in our economy. Now, a lot of you thought, now that doesn't say that people who are, doctors, lawyers, people who are in the medical field, people who are utilizing these skills every day for the things that they do. But there's no way that someone with a liberal arts degree is utilizing that every day, except for to bitch and complain on Facebook and Twitter. Let's call it Twitter. It's Facebook for the older people, right? But that's what your liberal arts degree does now, is gives you more of an ability to have proper vocabulary while you are lambasting people on Twitter. Nobody gives a shit. To be really honest. So the vast majority of people out there who thought, if I just get this degree, and it's not really necessarily your fault. So if I'm speaking to you and you feel like I'm talking to you, I'm probably talking to you. The truth is, at some point, the university said, come on, and it'll be of great, tremendous value. This piece of paper that you're going to hang on the wall will have tremendous value for you. And a lot of employers, of course, a lot of people in a traditional, regular, regular, tech industry, a lot of different industries said, oh, yes, it has tremendous value. But as you've seen, the people who have done really quite well, even Elon Musk is talking about the diminished value in a actual degree. At this point, some people believe that it holds an intrinsic value of showing that someone can start and follow through with something and complete that, and I believe in that as well. But there is no common sense or reason why you or anybody should be saddled with $100,000 worth of student loan debt for a job that pays you less than $50,000 a year. Talking to you, educators. It's one of those things. Should teachers be paid more? Yes. Absolutely, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Most degrees right now are fairly useless. It's nothing more than checking a box for most employers to show that they have employees that follow through with something, and now they're going to somehow expect them to now follow through with whatever task that they think they're assigning to them now. But back to the legal authority. A president doesn't have any legal authority. You can go Article 1, Article 2. You look anywhere you want. You cannot find where it gives legal authority or standing to dismiss debt. Now, if you're a Democrat, maybe some of you are who are watching, understand not just because the Squad and Ilhan Omar and AOC and Rashida Tlaib and the typical batch of crybabies, not because they just say that they want it to be so, and including Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, you crazy loony birds don't seem to understand that just because I want it really, really bad doesn't make it right, doesn't make it legal. Doesn't mean that they're standing. Doesn't mean there's grounds to give you what the hell you want to appropriate now. Do you understand that this is, if it were to happen, which I pray to God it doesn't happen, the Supreme Court is now looking over everything. You know, the case has gone all the way up to the Supreme Court. And I pray that the Supreme Court actually comes through and rules on the constitutionality. That's what the Supreme Court is for, guys. They argue the constitutionality of whatever argument is before them, whether it be Roe v. Wade, whether it be, anything. It is, what is the constitutional basis to allow X to occur? That's really it. So if we go with a constitutional originalist, the truth, letter of the law here, it doesn't exist. So those of you who are banking on getting 10 or 20 grand worth of your debt just wiped away just because Uncle Joe says so, tough shit. I don't think it should happen. I think if you sign up for something, you should pay it. If I racked up a bill with Amex, I got to pay it. If I get a car loan, I got to pay it. I got a mortgage, I got to pay it. This pandemic, maybe the video will go, I don't know, flagged for me using the word, any of the keywords that the YouTube gods don't like, but a lot of things happen over that, including moratoriums on people's rent, even though the mortgage holder, the owner of the properties, didn't get a break from having to pay their mortgage. So why should you get a break financially just because? Life's hard. It's tough, okay? And there's something called personal responsibility. If you took the loan, you signed up for it, you got the full amount, it was done, pay your bill. Pay your bill. That's all I got to say. Pay your bill. You got zero sympathy coming from me. Tough break. Sorry, guys. I've had debt in the past. I've wiped it out. That is how things work. You work to get rid of things. You work to grow. You work to succeed. I hope that the Supreme Court comes back and tells Uncle Joe to shove it up his wrinkly old ass, because there's zero standing. And I can't wait to see the Squad crumble and cry and scream and protest, and of course excoriate the Republican base or the conservative based Supreme Court. And of course that will give then a standing to try and pack the courts with more justices so that they can get their way. It's a disaster any way you slice it. It is a disaster. But I am hoping, fingers crossed, the Supreme Court will come back, will shut this down, tell Joe to go packing, and lead things in a positive direction moving forward to the next challenge and the next challenge, and we will keep fighting every single day. That's it. Hey, thanks for being here, guys. Be sure to click the subscribe. Hey, if you disagree with me, leave some comments. I love to hear them, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Jeremy Scott, Liberty Bugle Town Hall. See you next time. Bye-bye.